Blessings. Welcome as well. I would like to share concerning someone special. I know we all have loved ones, and sometimes we don't talk about them or we don't celebrate them. So I wanted to remember someone special in a very special way. I wanted to make this video in honor of his memory. Sometimes we forget the dead, we forget those who pass away, because time heals the wound, and time, their absence makes us forget them. I'll share the few memories that I treasure, and how, in a very unique way, it has helped shape my conscience or my thinking. So it's about my brother, my elder brother. We are born five of us from a father and a mother, and he was the firstborn. And one thing I remember about our childhood is that we were not that poor, but we were not that rich. We had something to eat, thanks to God. And we were born in a Christian family. When I was born, we were in a Christian family, but my father had a past, my mother too. They became born again sometime in life before giving birth to us. So about our childhood, it was the firstborn, and it was loud about it. He would always stretch, like express his firstbornhood upon us. And he was too caring, he was too loving, and he was a very free person. One thing that stood out about him is that he was so daring. He feared nothing. And he challenged me in many ways. He was always ready to do anything just to try and prove people wrong. And I remember one night we were going to buy some fries, some fried fish on the roadside, and it was night and it was dark, and there were some dogs who will bark and push me towards them, and he will tell me that I'm afraid. I need to be brave. The dogs would bark and they will try to snatch the fish from my hand. I would run. He loved the view. I would cry, I would shout, and he would tell me, they will never bite you at my watch. I loved it. I loved doing that every time, and I would, even before we would reach the spot, I would run so that he would not push me or he will not back when we got there. So he was a very special person, taught me not to be afraid. And although I never lived to it, I was always a very watchful person. I will not step freely, or I will not do anything just because I feel like doing it. It was the opposite. I cared less about what people would say. And it was Dad's favorite because it was his firstborn, and he had a special name. It was called after my father's dad. Unlike me, I was called after my mom's dad. All the same, my father loved us. But looking at the memories and the photos, it was his favorite. Even people testify. And our grandmother loved him. There is a story that you are told that the grandmother will always go out of her way to go and defend the young Yayo when he was beaten by some kids. He was a very special kid to his parents and to the family. The other part is he was always defensive. He will defend his family, he will defend his loved ones, and he will defend his friends. He was a very loud person, and was bold. He was bold. Even at his death, he died like a bold person. Everyone in the community knew about his boldness and rage. He'll always, punch. He was aggressive, but he was a kind person. People loved him because of his playfulness. He was always playful, teasing people, calling people names. He was always joking with everyone, irrespective of the age difference. He was a hardworking person, and he was a father. He had a kid, he had a daughter. He named her after his mom and after a special person in the family. He loved our cousin, so he combined the both names of my mom, the cousin. He had dreams, he had goals, but most of them were not realized. I learned a lot from him, from his life. At a younger age, he saw how poor we were, and he wanted to make the difference. He quitted school at class 7, started 7, was very young, and he went to hustle. So that he could at least be like other kids, and even try to help my mom. So my mom was she will go to the market and sell vegetables. They call her Mama Mbog. We were little kids. I was in primary, but the bond between him and the mom was very strong. It was very strong. At one point, my dad's sister, who was staying with us, she bet up Yayo, and my mom got angry. It was very hectic. But we were young. I remember the incident. my father stood and defended Yayo. Because I knew Yayo, I told him you are wrong. This is your aunt. And he was that kind of a person. Like if you wrong him, he will push you. He'll push you. They fought with my dad many times. He was someone who could not tolerate abuse in any way, and will try to express himself, but he used to force. So I learned from him a lot of things. In primary, I would call him to defend me when my fellow students would wrong me, but I will warn him. Just ask him why. When I report to him, I will tell him, don't hit anyone. Just ask him why they are abusing me. Only that. But he will not listen. He will push people away, questioning them, threatening them. Out of that, I was not touched. It helped me to concentrate, because child abuse or abuse in schools is normal. Not only will defend a lot of people, like if he had nothing. So the goal, the dream that he had was that we will one day become, we will one day be people who are respected in our community. My father was called many names because he was a poor preacher. He was preaching about God, and according to how our community was, it was poor. Like he gained nothing in return, but he was always faithful to the cause. At some point, the door was open, but he left the ministry. That was after, like his leaving was finalized after the death of Yayi, but he always had issues with the church. Away from that, on his last days, he always encouraged me about school. He wanted me to become someone in life. I remember one day I was just away because of school fees when I was in high school. And I met him in town. He was a matatu conductor. And he put me on a chair in the car, the matatu, and we went to his home in Githurai. And we called Dad, and he told him that Wako is here with me because of school fees, will come tomorrow. So that night I slept in his home, in his house, and he had a friend, and the friend had a wife. So they cooked, we ate together. was bragging about me to his friends. They were surprised that he had a brother who was focused in school. He was very proud. I saw them during his burial. It was very heavy. I was in my uniform when I buried him. That day I buried the dream too. It was very painful and I questioned God about it many times. And I came to realize that He's God. We are humans and He has plans. His death cost me and how I viewed God and life. It took me 6 years. It took me 6 years to bow my head and allow God to take the lead. I was angry. I questioned God. We had plans. He'd always tell me that I will ensure that you finish your studies so that you will help me take care of my kid. I love the child and the mom too. He'll often come late, but he ensured that he carried fries for me on his days of hustle when we stayed together in our home. He was a very hardworking guy. He'll entrust me with his earnings so that I could keep the money for him. I loved God. I knew God. We are all sinners. We are all walking under His grace and mercies. He had some stuff that he abused. When drunk, he was drinking. Sometimes I would see him tell me, don't you ever dare use these things. I'll ask him, why do you use them? Why do you abuse drugs? And he'll tell me, you won't understand. To reach a point that will even send me when I was in high school, around Form 3, Form 4. My last day with him, my last days, I was in midterm, and it was in 2014. We were walking together. And he saw people, he saw some newborn believers, his friends, and I tried to hide. Like he didn't want to greet them because I was carrying for him some bottles of alcohol. And I will tell him, you don't need to hide. Your time will come. Like, even them, they were like you. Just a few days ago, they got saved. Your day will come. Just go and greet them. I greet them with the bottles in my pocket. When I was going back to school, told me that when you come back, you'll find new furnitures in this house. Told me that they were being made. And he asked me to buy him a CD, a disc of a song that spoke about betrayal by friends who speak bad to your loved ones behind your back. It was not a gospel song, but he insisted that I buy that disc for him. Only that song that he wanted to listen. When I brought it, he will put the song on a repeat. That is the last memory I had, and it haunted me for long. I believe he was going through, like, I don't know who it was, but he was betrayed or heartbroken by friends. All the same, here we are. I believe we will one day meet with him up there by the grace of God. And God is our judge. What we do, God is our guide. Yayicha was a cheerleader. He was known for his boldness. I remember when the church was burning, I think it was in 2003 to 4, around there. 2003 to 4, yeah, if I remember well. 2004 to 5, I don't know. Like, it was between those years. The young guy would be seen, climbing up there with a bucket. Stop the fire from spreading, from consuming the house. all the men were passing bucket to him, and he will quench the fire. That was Yayicha. So he had no limits, he had no fears, he was bold. Even at his death day, when he died fighting robbers, armed robbers. He took their pistol from them. It was around 2 or 3 hours. No, I was at school. I was boarding. So they say that they came with him with guns because it was a circle chair. Like, he had a lot of money on him. So they thought that he had a lot of money on him because he was working for that matatu for long. So they timed him, and he took the pistol from them and they stabbed him. He was stabbed in the chest. Did not survive. After being stabbed, he ran after them. So he collapsed. He came back and collapsed at the door of the apartment. So the community lost the lion, a lion in Yayicha. Was someone important to many, not only us, not only our family, but it was someone people loved. Personally, I can say that I lost my cheerleader. He cheered for me, he encouraged me, he fought for me, defended me, he pushed me. Part of me died that day. Something that I was not able to replace. I lost a friend. I lost someone I would die for. I remember in my ignorance, I asked God, you would have taken me instead of him. He has a family to take care of. Who am I? Like, sometimes when I walk on the road and if I come across madmen, I will ask God, like, how do you allow a madman to live? Yeah? And you take away someone who has a family. I was angry with God. All the same, God is all knowing, and we give thanks for everything. I loved him, and I always treasure his memories. I wish I could do more, but school and his lifestyle did not keep him close enough for me to have more memories with him. But every time we came close, every time we engaged, his words were, you need to do well in school. You need to do well in school. You need to do well in school. He wanted a better life for us and for my family, but he did not find the right way. He moved with emotion. That is what I learned. And I don't know. He never got that breakthrough in life that he desired. Died young. He died at 24, 23, 24. He was a hero. People will call him for help. He was a trusted guy. People trusted him. And people loved him. He had a special heart. If he had nothing, and he ate out of his sweat. You ate out of his sweat, irrespective of him being born in a community that was known for bad things. Yayo stood his ground. Yayo stood his ground. Yayo stood his ground and he worked. God has a way of doing things. And I am here today just to give thanks for his life, to remember him. I will continue to remember him. I may do even more videos. But for now, all I can say is we give thanks for life. We give thanks for life. And it is God who gives, it is God who takes. And the memory that I have of him with me will continue to keep him alive in my heart. And it is my dream that I'll one day name my son after him. I loved him. I loved him. I loved him. He loved me too. He shaped my life while he was alive. Even his death gave my life a direction. I'm here today. I can serve God. After Yayo, Wako met God. I met God in a special way after the disappointment, after the many heartbreaks. I found purpose and I found reason. His death shifted my focus. By the mercy of God, his righteous hand came for me. I got saved. I found purpose and I found reason. Sometimes I wonder, and I wish that he was here so that I can show him that God speaks and that God hears. That is my prayer, that I just show him that there are gifts. I wish I could show him that God can use a person. I know him. I'll be proud. I know he's seeing me. I one day will eat. God is faithful. God is loving. His memories will forever be with us. my prayer. One day I named my son after him. Blessings.